Hey, what's up? It's day 15. It's in the evening already. Today, spent a couple hours on YouTube, an hour making shorts for some of the baseball videos that I've made in the past, and an hour just working on some basic YouTube stuff, this video and whatever. And then I played poker for 5 hours. And I was going to play for 6 hours, but again, coffee shop that usually is open till 10, closed off the section I was in that has plugs an hour earlier. So I was just like, whatever, it's not worth playing part of an hour in my van, closing all the lobbies of the tables I'm holding, poker tables, and then going back in a few minutes later. It just wasn't worth the bother. I think it was a pretty good day. Felt pretty calm when I was playing. I wasn't really getting frustrated at all. Even though there was some plays that I thought were pretty unlucky, my reactions were pretty good to them. It's my last night in Edmonton for a good while. I don't really see myself coming back to live in Edmonton through poker, and I don't see myself doing anything after poker except YouTube at the moment. So depending on how this 90-day challenge goes, if it goes well, I'm going to stay in Vancouver until it gets kind of colder there. And then when it starts being uncomfortable at night in Vancouver, like, +4, +3 at night, then I'm going to drive back. And once it's a little too cold in Vancouver, I'm looking to go to some coffee producing countries like Colombia, Peru, Chile, Venezuela maybe, although probably not as likely for them. Anyways, Panama perhaps, and with the plan being to try to tour some coffee farms, try to get a bunch of footage, try to make some Java Journeys episodes, especially if I can film different parts of the whole coffee process. Like if I can film the washing, the auctions and stuff like that, the grading, whatever I can get access to, I think would make a really cool video. And it's stuff I'm also interested in learning myself. Panama has something called the Panama Cup. It's kind of like the biggest coffee competition perhaps in the world, at least as far as a couple of pretty big coffee names have said. And I think that'd be really cool to go to. There was some coffee that sold for like $200,000 US a pound, and obviously I would never be able to afford that, but I still think it's pretty cool that you can be buying beans that are 50 or $100 a pound that were grown a couple trees over from that. So that's kind of something that I'm looking forward to trying over the winter. But it's also kind of tough because the surest way that I can stay living in Edmonton is a 9-to-5. And and it's just a matter of figuring out, like, at what point can some of these channels pay some of my bills? At what size do some of these channels need to be to let me stop playing poker? Because that's my whole plan, is I'm living in a van to cut my costs so that I can try to make all these YouTube channels. And we're getting close. I have 815 subscribers as of right now for the baseball channel. In 15 days, we've gotten 28, so we're almost getting 2 a day. And I really haven't made a great video yet. I've made some videos that I think are good. I'm happy with them. I feel like they are, good quality for what I'm capable of and everything. But we haven't even made a great video yet. And I think for those of you who haven't really been, I think for anyone who's, trying to do YouTube, there's kind of something that is exciting when you actually have a great video, let's say. And I mean, I've had one that got 60,000 views. I've had a couple that got 20,000 and 18,000, which for me are great videos because my channels had less than 500 subscribers at the time. So that's pretty big. And not just that, but my channel went from 200 and something subscribers to almost 400 off of the 60,000 view video. A video that does that well could monetize my channel overnight. So that's kind of the exciting part. That's the exciting part that you're kind of hoping to build toward when you're making YouTube videos as best as you can. And yeah, so 7-hour day today, not a bad start to the week. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try and get some stuff done. Most likely gonna be travel days. And I'm gonna try to get into a good routine when I get back to Vancouver. I haven't really spent a ton of time in Vancouver in the summer. I think I've maybe only been there once in like July, maybe twice or something, but I've been there half a dozen times in the winter, and yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm gonna miss Alberta, and the next bunch of months that I'm grinding and trying to get all this stuff done is basically gonna be able to come back and live here on my own terms. So one more night in Alberta after tonight in Calgary. Last night in Edmonton tonight. And yeah, end of an era in some ways. Catch you tomorrow.